Stay woke. Greetings, everybody, and welcome to ActorScope. And what is it?
The best 30 minutes of your week!
Woohoo! That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to ActorScope, the best 30 minutes of your week. I'm your host, Mike Michaels, for the day, and I just want to let you know that I'm a director, I'm a casting assistant here at WSA, and I'm also a storyteller. People like to say, you know, they're writers, and that's cool, but I just feel like there's people out there who went to school to become writers, and I'm not one of them, but I love to tell stories. So I'm a storyteller, okay, and it's a pleasure, an absolute pleasure for me to be here with you. I am from Pompano Beach, Florida, free Kodak, and by way of Atlanta, Georgia here now, and I came here to make movies. All right, we came here to make movies. So listen, if you're here and you're watching here on Instagram Live on WSA's page, you're watching here on Facebook Live, we love you, we need you, and here's what we want you to do right now. Hit the share button. Hit that share button and let any and every single person know who is out there that if they're serious about their career, they're serious about their craft, this is where they need to be for the next 30 minutes. Now, let me go ahead and take a shameless plug here. Ooh, out the delicious WSA cup. What's in my cup is in my cup, so, you know, don't worry about all that, all right? So, the first thing I want to tell you guys today, the first order of business is make sure that you grab a paper and pen, because we have a lot of very valuable information for you today. I'm going to give you a bunch of key points about some things. Definitely, guys, right now we're going to go through the roll call. Tell me where you're from. Please, everybody, tell me where you're from. Go ahead. I can actually see you right here on my little handy dandy. Well, no, this ain't my phone. This is one of the intern's phone because it's pink. I was going to flex and say it was my phone because it's an iPhone 7 and I still got a 4, but it's pink and we don't play them games. So, yeah, guys, go ahead. Tell me where you're watching from. Queens. Oh, we got Queens. We got New Orleans in the building. It's Mardi Gras season, right? We got Birmingham, Alabama in the building. Listen, y'all, I'm excited about you guys. We got Boston in the building. Let's see. Who else we got? Come on, everybody. File them in. Where you come? Cali. We got Baltimore. We got Chicago in the building. Listen, y'all. We got Charlotte in the building. Everybody's in the building today. It's going to be a great show. We got so much planned for you. So why don't we go ahead and talk about something that happened this past weekend that I'm sure all of you, especially in the industry, are aware of. The Oscars. The Oscars. Yes. Can we get a round of applause for the Oscars?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you guys. I know there was a lot of awards, but my favorite moment from the Oscar was my boy Gary Allen Cole from Chicago. You can't tell me nothing. I know Chicago's in the building, right? Listen, y'all. Gary Allen Cole from Chicago, amazing. He just gave me life, all right? But let's talk about some of the people who did win. First of all, let's talk about Emma Stone, who won Best Actress. Emma Stone, Best Actress. Now, what I'll say about Emma Stone is that I loved her as Mary Jane in Spider-Man. That's one of the best roles to me she's ever played. She should have won an Oscar for that because, I mean, you know, I just love Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Best Actor went to Casey Affleck. Casey Affleck. Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out how he didn't get the Nate Parker, Bill Cosby treatment, but I digress. We're going to leave that right there. All right. Best Supporting Actress, Viola Davis. Hey, on top of Viola. See, what I love about Viola, y'all, is her speeches. I love her speeches. And the main thing I love about her speeches is the fact that they know better than to play that music when Auntie Viola's speaking, all right? They would never try her life and play that music. It will be a problem. All right, guys, and of course, Best Supporting Actor, Mahershala Ali, very well deserved. You know, my intro to Mahershala Ali was House of Cards. And in House of Cards, he played an amazing character, and I'm telling you guys, ever since then, he's in everything I watch. Every time I turn the TV on, Mahershala is on TV. So congratulations to him. He's an amazing actor, and that's what's up. And of course, guys, Best Picture went to Moonlight. One time for Moonlight. South Florida stand up. And you know, the thing that I appreciate about Moonlight personally is that I always believe that a good film will make you uncomfortable. And for a lot of people, the film made them uncomfortable. So congratulations to them and everything that they've done. It's an amazing film. The cinematography is just, man, I tell y'all, from the commercial itself, all those beautiful colors. As a filmmaker, you really have to appreciate exactly what they were able to do. So shout out to Best Picture, Moonlight, and everybody else who did that. So what do you guys think about the Oscars? I'll give you guys about a couple seconds to tell me what you guys thought about the Oscars. Oh man, I see Charleston, South Carolina is here. It seems like everybody's really loving Viola. Guys, go ahead and comment. Go ahead and comment on Facebook Live. I can actually see your comments. As a matter of fact, can I get some hearts? Can I get some love? Like, I see people sometimes, y'all know what I'm talking about, sometimes when you go on Facebook Live and you see just a stream of hearts and laughter and all this good stuff. Can y'all just, oh man, look at y'all. Y'all are amazing. I got my little thing. Y'all just keep hitting that button for the whole show, okay? Just keep hitting it so I can know that y'all love. The love is real and it's genuine and it's authentic, you know? It's a beautiful thing. But let me tell you guys who I personally would have picked for these, okay? Can we have the Mike's Oscar version? All right. So Best Actress, I'd put Taraji up there. Shout out to Cookie. You know, she did her thing. But listen, it wasn't nothing Cookie about her in Hidden Figures, okay? She was straight just amazing. Best Actor, I would have put Denzel. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I didn't see Fences. But it's Denzel. So, I mean, if it's Denzel, you know he's gonna do an amazing job. Let's see, who else we got? Jimmy Kimmel was hilarious. Wasn't he hilarious on the show? And for Best Picture, I would have picked Birth of a Nation because, I mean, if y'all seen Birth of a Nation, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to have a shameless plug and a sip from my boy Nate Parker. We don't know each other, but I respect what you did, bro. But speaking of good movies, have you guys seen Get Out? Okay, this is not part of the script. I'm going to put this away. Let me just tell y'all something about Get Out, okay? Get Out is not a movie. It's an experience, okay? If anybody, and people have done such a good job on social media by not doing any spoilers. I haven't found a single spoiler on this movie yet. This movie is not a movie. It's an experience. It's an experience that you need to go have. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go have it again. I very rarely watch movies twice. Only Titanic, okay? Titanic is, that's some other stuff right there. But I'm telling y'all, Get Out is an amazing, I don't even want to call it a film. It's just amazing, and you have to go see it, okay? But I'm going to move on because I can sit here and talk about it all day, okay? So listen, guys, like I told you before, I need you to please go out and share and tweet this broadcast, guys. Hit the share button on Facebook Live, Instagram, if there's a way to share it. Go ahead and hit that share button, let people know to watch. Matter of fact, we have a competition every week called Who's Been Watching? And on Who's Been Watching, we ask you a question from the previous show, and it's your job to answer the question correctly via email. Now, when you answer that question, we're going to go ahead and post your headshot on all of our social media outlets, okay? All of our social media outlets, we're going to post it on there, and you're going to be able to be exposed to the world on your talents and what it is that you do. Somebody just asked me, can kids see go out? I take my kid, but that's just me. You got to make that choice on your own. My kid's 6 months. He's not going to remember, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But, you know, that's a choice you have to make. Our last week winner was Savannah Rose. Shout out to Savannah Rose. She was our Who's Been Watching winner. Now, this week's question is this. If you answer this correctly, then you will have your headshot posted on all of our WSA social media outlets. The question is, name all 4 panelists from the Summy Awards last week. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. If you guys don't know, last week was actually our award show, the Summy Awards. And we had 4 panelists come on. And if you really want to do the research, go back on Facebook Live, go back and find it. And just go to our WSA ActorScope page and you'll see our panel discussion. And I need you to tell us the names of everybody who's on our panel, okay? Email that information to wsa.actorscope@gmail.com. Again, that's wsa.actorscope@gmail.com. Let me tell you guys something else really quick before we go forward. I'm telling you, when we get to the main topic of today, you are going to need a pen. You're going to need to write this stuff down, okay? So just go ahead as I call in my co-host for the day to help me find out what's casting. Go grab a pen. So Anais, let's clap her on right now, okay? Let us know.
Hello.
How art thou?
Titanic, Mike.
Titanic is amazing.
No, it is amazing, but
I'm the king of the world?
Yeah, but I wouldn't think you would see it twice.
Listen, I have the...
You see it twice.
I used to have the VHS copy at home. 2 tapes. It was 2 tapes back then, all right?
I have it.
You know, kids nowadays will never know what a tape is.
Well,
okay?
no, they won't know what tape is.
Yeah, they'll never know. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. You know. So
Twice. Yeah.
go ahead. Tell us what's casting out here in the city.
Okay. You stole my cup, so I can't cheers with you. I had to go get it.
You had to get the red cup. Ooh, what's in your cup?
I'm not telling.
I wouldn't either.
Okie dokie. So, what is casting? This is for you guys here in Atlanta. There is a Netflix project called Candy Jar. You're going to email ECA extras with an S at gmail.com. Again, it's ECA extras with an S at gmail.com. They are looking for male and female high school student types, all ethnicities, 18 to 20 years of age, and you're going to put high school debaters in the subject line. Okay?
Oh, I might have to do that. I
think
could
you should
pull
do
off
that.
18,
You
right?
can pull, well, you get it.
If I take off this amazing beard of
Yes,
mine
take
that
off that
connects
amazing-
all the way
yes, that
around.
amazing beard.
Yeah.
Yes,
Y'all see
yes.
the connection? I don't think y'all see the connection.
It's a little.
It's missing some parts, but
Just
okay. I'll shave if I decide to go.
Yes,
All
you
right,
have to shave.
cool.
Okay. Next project is with Rose Lock Casting, and it's called The Darkest Minds. You're going to email darkmind@roselockcasting.com. Again, the email is darkmind@roselockcasting.com. They're looking for men and women with military or police experience. You can't do that one. The men have to be 5'10" or taller. See, that's why I said you can't do it. Women 5'6" or taller. The shoot dates are from April 3rd to early June, but not all the dates are in between, so be prepared. You might have some days off there.
I'm sorry. Who is this?
This is the project or the casting?
I'm gonna file an HD complaint. Height discrimination. Okay, 5'10". All right, I'm in the neighborhood. Okay, if I don't meet the requirements, I digress.
I'm sorry.
They need to make man heels. Do they have man heels?
Actually, they do, dear.
I'm not interested.
Okay. What you're going to put in the subject line of the email is DM Soldier. Okay. Really?
DM, so yeah, I'm note to self, file complaint. Y'all gonna stop discriminating against short brothers. I'm gonna tell you that right now, okay? I'm gonna tell you that right now. Y'all gonna stop with this, all right? I digress.
You good?
I'm good.
You feel better?
I'm good.
You sure? Yeah. You got a little bit more? Tear?
Something in my eye. That's it. Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay. We digressed again as we continue. We're going to Central Casting, Georgia. They actually have two projects they're looking for people. One is actually an untitled film project. The email for that.
Did you say Untitled? Shout out to Untitled, my very first short film, produced by WSA.
I was not trying to do a shameless plug.
Oh, it's something else.
But it's okay. We will shameless plug. Untitled, directed and written by him.
Hashtag Untitled Movie 2016. Continue. I'm sorry.
Yes, okay. It's okay. Shall we digress again? No, we're good.
I'm good.
All right. Again, it's an untitled film project. No. The email is umc@centralcasting.com. Again, the email is umc@centralcasting.com. It's actually from the minds of devious maids and desperate housewives, and it's starring Reba McEntire.
I have a confession.
What's that?
I have never ever missed a single episode of Desperate Housewives. That was my show. Okay? That was my show. Desperate Housewives was amazing. I don't care who knows it. That was my show. I binge watched it like in college with my girlfriend at the time. She put me on game. And listen, y'all, Desperate Housewives, it's my show. I'm gonna leave that right there. Yeah. T. Marie, don't be doing no question mark emoji. I like Desperate Housewives, all right? It was a great show. Thank you very much. All right, I'm done.
Okay, they're looking for men and women, all ages and ethnicities, to portray townspeople, 18 years and older. You're going to put townspeople in the subject line for that one. Also, we have the other project from Central Casting. It's called The Resident, and it's actually a pilot. You're going to email resident@centralcasting.com. They're looking for men and women to portray medical personnel, so doctors, nurses, EMT, etc. The age group is 21 years and older. All ethnicities also. Experience will definitely be a plus, so if you have any medical experience whatsoever, make sure you note that. And you're going to put medical personnel in the subject line. Last one is for our people in Chicago, because I remember Chi-Town was on there somewhere.
Chi-Town's watching.
Okay, Chicago. This is for the show, which I love, Chicago Fire. They're doing a casting call. They're searching for hospital types and real firefighters to work on the show on Thursday, March 2nd. and also Friday, March 3rd. If you are available, please submit to extras, and they're actually, let me spell it out for you. It's XXRTRA, the number 5, HIRE @gmail.com. Again, it's XXTRA, the number 5, hire @gmail.com, and you're to include your photo, name, age, height, weight, and phone number. Put hospital in the subject line and include the days you are available to work. But if you are not local to the area and you do not fit the description, do not apply for this project.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that all for us today?
That is all for today,
Well,
dear.
listen, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for everything. It's been amazing. And listen, guys, we don't do this for our health. We do this for you. Go out, write this information down. Go and get this work. And make sure when you get it, you let them know WSA sent you.
And if you forgot to get a pen and paper while I was reading all of this information, it will be posted on our ActorScope page, so you can always go back and get the information again.
Yes, make sure you go to our WSA Presents ActorScope on Facebook, okay?
Yes.
And on Instagram, follow us at WSA Casting, all right?
Yes.
Got it? We good?
And you can follow him. I love Mike Michaels.
I love Mike Michaels, don't you?
Sometimes.
That wasn't up for debate. All right, guys, thank you so much, Anais. Thank you so much for joining us. Give a round of applause. Give a round of applause. All right, guys, so listen, like I told you, right? We have some very important information to give you today, okay? For those of you who don't know, I've been in Atlanta working on my craft to become a filmmaker for the past 2 years now. But every single story has a beginning. My beginning was when I first got here, I had no idea how to be a filmmaker. I just knew I was going to be a filmmaker. I needed some direction. Everybody, you know, can I get a witness? People need direction sometimes, right? So what I did was I went to a networking event and I just started telling everybody what it is I wanted to do. So eventually I hooked up with some lady. To this day, I need to find her because she really blessed my life. She told me, hey, I have a friend who's in the film industry. You know, I'll forward your information to her. You know, when people don't really say things like that, you kind of don't take them serious because you don't really believe if they're really going to do it or not. Well, it just so happens, a couple days later, I get an email. I get an email from someone named Akila Chopfield. Can we give a round of applause for Akila Chopfield? And let me tell you why we're giving Akila a round of applause. What Akila did for me, for my life, is she actually took time and she told me that she works in production, and she asked me to send me her resume and asked me what it is that I did. Now listen, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. I know that the resume I sent her was so jacked up because, I mean, I had no experience before. All I did was I co-directed a short film. That's the only claim to fame that I had. Everything else was work experience, education, stuff like that. But instead of giving up on me, what Akila did was, you know, she worked with me a little bit, and then she eventually told me about WSA, and the rest is history. I've been here for 2 years, so thank you so much. So, the reason why I bring Akila up, though, is because I was on her page the other day, and she posted about 15 different points, and she called it the do's and don'ts of a production resume. See, I was telling y'all to grab a pen for a reason. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to give you guys the list of the do's and the don'ts from Akila Chopfield. Look her up. She's amazing, guys, and she's been working in production long enough, so she knows the do's and the don'ts. So if any of this applies to you, look, don't get mad, don't be offended. Just take the information and roll with it, all right? So here we go, guys. The do's and the don'ts of a production resume. And these are not in any particular order, but I'm just going to say, you know, 1, 2. One is not necessarily more important than the other, all right? So number 1, always put what job you're applying for, preferably in the subject line. At the very least, in the body of the email. Because if they don't know what department to refer you to, your resume is going to end up in the no pile. Ooh. Who wants to go to the no pile? So be very, very clear as to what job you're applying for. Number 2, do not say available for any job. This makes you look desperate and inexperienced. Now, the very last thing you ever want to do at a job interview or with a resume is look inexperienced or desperate. All right, number 3, if you have very little experience, list your education up top. That way, when you're putting, you know, whatever little fake stuff or whatever crazy stuff you got on there, it doesn't look bad. Start with your education. Start with that 4.0 GPA you had coming out of college, right? Because everybody had a 4.0 on their resume, right? Shoot, ask me, I had a 4.0. There we go. All right, guys. if you have little education, be sure your practical experience shines, okay? So if all you've done was been a PA, make sure you get very detailed about what you did as a PA. Don't lie. Never lie on your resume. Winston tells you this all the time, people. Never lie on your resume. Don't say you can have a British accent and you go in there and you speak in English like me. Just stop. Just stop. Let it go, okay? Number 5, do not put your student films as experience. If that's all you've got, don't say it was a student film. Pretend it was a low-budget indie. You see the difference between lying and pretending? There's a difference there. Because essentially, that's what a student film is. More than likely, a student film doesn't have that much money. It's all about how you promote it, how you package it. You know what I'm saying? One time I heard Bill Cosby talking, and he said, if someone gives you a steak, and it's the most juiciest steak you've ever had, but they put it on the head of a trash can, and they give it to you, are you going to want to eat that steak? No, because it's all about presentation. So make sure that you present yourself very well, okay? If you have little experience, get some. Do work on indies, day play, do anything you can to gain your experience, okay? Number 7, do not lie about experience. Many of the people looking at resumes have worked on shows with people that have worked on the show that you've worked on that you're applying for. They call each other, guys. They ask questions. They talk, guys. Everybody talks. So do not lie about the position you had. Don't lie about your relevant work experience. Don't lie at all, okay? Because you will be found out. Number 9, if you're interested or available for more than one position, say that in the email. Do not send the same resume multiple times. That's where you kind of get borderline stalkerish, and that doesn't really work well in this industry. Can I get a witness? All right, there we go. If you're applying for a job as a PA, a production assistant, do not list yourself as a director or a producer. I think I used to suffer from that all the time.
You and me both.
I used to be like, yeah, I'm just trying to get you some coffee, but I also direct. Nobody cares, okay? If you're going to get the coffee, be the best coffee getter in the world, all right? You better make sure that coffee is at exactly 98.6. You better make sure they got the right cream, the right sugars. Make sure that you be the best at your job, all right? Let's see. Look up job positions. There is no such thing as an assistant secretary. Look, okay, that's a mistake I never made, but apparently if Akila said it, some of y'all out there trying to be somebody's assistant secretary. How are you an assistant secretary anyway? Like, that's almost an oxymoron, right?
It is an oxymoron.
Let's see. Do not send a boring/ugly resume. We're all creatives in this field. This should be reflected upon your resume. Let's see. Did I miss any of these? Here we go. Do not use your photo. It's just another reason for someone to discriminate. Just be vigilant, put your talent out there, and just make sure that you're saying the right things in the right times in the right way. Guys, listen, it's all about branding. It's all about marketing. It's all about putting yourself out there in a positive light. So what have we learned basically from this list? We've learned not to lie about anything on your resume, to make sure that you put yourself in the best type of light, and to also make sure that you're diligent. Make sure that you're actually going out, that you're gaining the experience. Since I've been in Atlanta, I can't tell you how many PA jobs I've had, because every time I PA, I learned something that I didn't know before. I can't tell you how many jobs I've had or how many times I just work on my craft on your own. Guys, it's all about what it is that you want to do. It's all about what you came here to do, and it's all about your purpose. Before you can go forward, you have to identify what your purpose is in this industry, all right? So I know we call the show ActorScope, but it's for everybody, guys. It's for the actors, it's for the directors, it's for the producers, it's for the PAs, it's for every and any single person who wants to do better. But everything has to start somewhere, guys. Your resume would be the best. Now, I'd love to show you guys my resume, but I probably broke at least 5 of these rules on mine. So you don't want to see mine, okay? Go to your friends out there. Ask people, what do they put on their resume? How does it look? There's sometimes people put color. Now, don't go out there and do something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Do something very particular. Do something with the color schemes. Just something nice and presentable. Also, guys, enough with this. I also want to make sure that I let you guys know. Email us at wsa.actorscope@gmail.com, and let me tell you why. if any of you are working on indie projects right now, if you're working on any indie projects, if you're working on any anything, if you're directing, if you're writing, if you're acting, you just booked an audition, whatever you just did, I want you to email us and let us know. Going forward on ActorScope, we're going to start something called the Indie Corner, where we want to focus strictly on you, the independent artist. We want to make sure that we give you guys a platform. We want to make sure that you guys come out here and you're able to promote your work. And we just want to build a community feel about everything that's happening here in Atlanta and all over the place when it comes to filming. Also, I would be remiss if I did not thank the Screening Room ATL. Last week, the Screening Room ATL screened my film, Untitled, and it was amazing. It was an amazing experience to be able to sit there and watch people react to your work. I felt like the audience was on a roller coaster ride a little bit, right? They had the oohs and the ahs, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Can I tell y'all a secret? Let me tell y'all a secret. During the movie, I found a little corner while everybody was watching, and I was crying. And you know, I wasn't crying like boo hoo hoo, but you know, some I was gonna say something that I shouldn't have said. Some real tears, like one or two, you know, like Denzel in that movie, that one tear. I had a couple of them one tears coming down, and the reason why is because, you know, when you put in so much work, and when you put in so much, you sacrifice, and I know a lot of you watching can relate, and then to see the work come to fruition, it's something different. It does something to your soul, to your spirit, to your body, and I just couldn't help it. So thank you again to Kalima Gaston. Thanks to the Screening Room ATL for your love. I appreciate you guys. And in the words of Denzel, see you at work. So as you guys all know, Winsome does her segment, which is Summy Says, but I like to do a little different take on it. I call it Mikey Says. Now listen, nobody's allowed to call me Mikey, okay? Let's get that correct. Let's get that straight. Only my mom if she wants to, and my crazy cousin Kathy, because she don't listen to nobody. All right, Mikey is off limits, but for ActorScope, I give you guys a pass, okay? So today's Mikey Says is be vigilant, not a vigilante. Drop that pen, let y'all think about that real quick. See, the word says be vigilant, not a vigilante. Don't make me start preaching in here, y'all. Y'all better stop. Listen, guys. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of everything that's going on. You don't have to react. You don't have to respond every single time something happens. But be vigilant, because if you're not, you will become a vigilante. You will fall victim to someone who's doing things that they shouldn't be doing, okay? Make sure you take all the steps that you need to protect your work, to protect your reputation, and to protect the most important thing that we all own, which is our brand, okay? So, guys, that's all I got for you today. It was an amazing show. Thank you so much. If you guys have not seen Get Out, please go see Get Out. I'm telling you guys, go see it before all the spoilers and everything else. I'm Mike Michaels, and we'll see you again. Same back time.
Same back channel.
Make sure you follow me. I love Mike Michaels on IG. I love Mike Michaels. We love you. Mwah, 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 mwah. Peace, peace, peace.